the community based around grime here is just massive and intense, and just, you know, it's an honor and a privilege to be here in America. I mean, from America, and just being able to take a part of it and be accepted into that grime community, you know, into the fold. So all we're doing is trying to represent the best we can. Make sure we show our respects to everybody we need to show our respects to, but show you how we do it on our side.
You've been showing a lot of respect. Like, you've done a lot. Like, tell us about your trip, because you haven't just been sitting at home in your Airbnb. You've been out, and your schedule's packed.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your
So we've had
journey.
The incredible opportunity to represent our country. So we wanted to spread it as much as we could. We thought the best way was to get on the airwaves over here. You know, there's never any Americans on grime over the airwaves, you know, happening in London, happening in England. So we just set out to stake as many stations as we could as a part of a radio tour. And it kind of opened up in a way that we never imagined, because so many people were on it. So it was just like, everyone we hit up was like, gas, like, you're gonna be here? Yeah, come. So, you know, we've done a cypher at Pirate Studios in Bristol. We did a cypher at Pirate Studios in Birmingham. We lit up Zion Records in Birmingham for the studio to make a collab right in studio. We're gonna be on Kiss FM as well with Rude Kid. We linked with a live stream with Monsters Dubstep down in Croydon, where N-Type and Chrome Star came out just to show love. We're having a sit down with Manga and Flodan and Louis B later this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Power moves.
We're meant to meet with So Solid Crew as well, so out to Swift.
Unlimited sound effects.
Absolutely.
Unlimited sound effects. There you go. See, I told you.
Yeah. We're doing Marcus Nasty Rinse FM show as well.
Wow.
Oh my!
You're doing more than some UK rappers, some UK
Absolutely.
MCs. So
And
Really?
Flex FM with General Courts.
Wow.
So there's more, yeah. The list is long, isn't it? Oh yeah, Pyro Radio with my boy Oblig. Hey, my boy Oblig is in the building, yeah. And it's hard to overlook him, man. It's a big man inside this building, man. That guy's pure energy, bro. So out to Oblig, that's my dog.
Trust me. So I've got to ask. I have to ask. Grime. How did you find that?
So
How?
the more I tell the story, the more I realize that a lot of people kind of follow the same path that I did, actually, like, who were born here in England, which is I started doing hip-hop ciphers. I actually started as a beatboxer. I started freestyling hip-hop after that, because I was like, man, listening to these dudes rap, I think I can do that. After that, I found drum and bass and jungle. That led to dubstep. Dubstep led to grime.
That's so
I
mad.
think it's amazing that when we were listening to grime on the way to school and stuff, you wouldn't think that, you know, there'd be people in America doing the same thing. And of course, it's the internet, which is a beautiful thing. It means that, you know.
So while you guys were watching, you know, Adulthood, Bullet Boy, Top Boy,
You're doing it too.
we're watching the same shows.
That's mad.
It's just harder to find, yeah. So like, you know, we're bootlegging, downloading. Like,
It's the same as how we watch sort of like American hip hop culture. It's the same thing, you know.
Yeah. So at what time of year, like, when was it that you sort of looked at grime and was like, whoa, I want to do that?
so I started spitting to dubstep around 07, 08, and it was about 08, the end of 08, 09, when I found Wiley, Dizzy. I found some like Skepta and Frisco YouTube videos, you know, Tempety, you know, and I was like,
Wow.
this is incredible energy, like like this is me in a nutshell, but like in a different country. Somebody's doing something
Different
that I
accent,
do.
that's
Yeah,
it.
a different accent, but it was 140, just like I was pushing the dubsteps, and it was just like, this makes so much sense. Like, this is how I'm supposed to do it. And so from there, it was just like, I never looked back. You know, hip hop was a bore, man. Like, it was like grime or nothing, you know?
How did you meet the rest of the American grime crew? Because I know, obviously, you're all from different states. How
Yeah.
did you all...
So I'm just gonna let the crew talk to you about that. Yeah, I chatted a lot. I'm gonna let them get in here and tell the real stories, stories of grime, of American grime. So G Major's gonna tell you how we met.
What's up, Jumanji?
Introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, Westside? I go by G Major. I represent Earth Tone out of NYC, and I also represent the American Grime crew right now. So we out here, yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
How'd I meet Jumanji? Well, that actually goes back to him saying how we started off the whole dubstep thing. So I've been going to dubstep shows for a minute. Like, you know, not really Americanized dubstep. I'm talking about like this. There's like an underground scene in America. Specifically, I want to big up Reconstruct. Yeah. One of the biggest parties and the most exclusive parties you can go to that really supported that sound. So I started listening to, you know, 140, and then my crew, Earth Tone, they spin 140, grime, dubstep, and I got booked to play in DC over Plastician.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, we opened up for Plastician.
Unlimited sound effects.
Yeah. So Jumanji got booked on it too. And, you know, I was in New York.
So
he was
cold.
in Miami. I knew that there was an American grime crew, never met them. Earth Tone is in New York. Our crews had never combined, and then we met there. And so we kind of hit it off since then. And then I was working with 091, and I had actually our music video just came out. The Anyway music video just dropped. Me, Jumanji, and 091.
Cool.
But I was working with 091, and I knew when I wrote my verse to his beat, I knew that the way that the hook sounded, I couldn't do the second verse. It just sounded in my head, like conceptually, that like another MC was gonna come in and take a different approach. So I hit up Jumanji, and he came to New York because he had a gig. I sent him the beat. I think he wrote the verse on the way up, because I was like, bro, like, let's record this while you're here. Like, he wrote the verse on the way up, and then while we were at my crib, and I was like, yo, my vision for this song is us going back to back on the third verse, and we just wrote it and recorded it right there. Third Eye actually sound engineered for us, and we lit it up. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
This is so sick, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah. So I just really want to say thank you to American Grime for inviting me out, because, you know, I was like the exterior person, but now I feel like I'm the interior person.
Inside.
Yeah. And I got to deal with these guys all week, so shit. No.
It's tough being like the only female on the crew right now. I'm sure. My name is Third Eye. I come from Brooklyn, New York, and I also represent the American Grime crew. I think I met Jumanji and the American Grime crew when I sent them. They were just kind of like calling out for like, if you make grime, just send us grime. You know, like, because they were grinding in Florida for like a long time. So I just sent them beats, and I didn't really hear a response. And then I saw that they were doing a show around the corner from me, and I just showed up at their sound check, and I was like, yeah, I'm Third Eye. But like, yo, you're the one with the grime beats. I was like, yeah, that's me. And it's
for the record, the first time we met, I thought he was a jerk.
I didn't. I also didn't introduce myself when I initially. I was just some guy, Chris, who was like, who the hell is this guy? Like, who the hell is this guy? But anyway, I even played them, I think, remixes, like Jamakabi remixes and stuff like that I had done. And they were just like, is this you? And I was like, yeah, no, that's me. I have tunes. But yeah, that was how I met you.
What's up? I'm Timbo Slice. I'm from Boston. I'm a DJ. I represent American Grime. I'm the official DJ for MC Jumanji. Cool. And I met Jumanji probably about 4 years ago. We had a show up in Boston with this dubstep DJ, Shivers. He's from Monsters. So Jumanji was trying to link with Shivers while he was stateside, and the easiest way was for him to come up to Boston. So we bought him a flight, had him out, spent the weekend together, clicked off the bat, and then a few months after that, we traveled to Fort Lauderdale, and Jumanji knew the crew that was putting us on a party down there. So we all linked up. I met Serge, who's our manager, met all of Jumanji's crew, his friends, and just kind of stayed in touch, bounced ideas back and forth, and then we did a show in 2017 in November at the Black Box in Denver, which is like a really notorious dubstep venue. Like, they push massive artists through there every year. And we actually got the chance to open for Foreign Beggars.
Oh,
so we opened for Foreign Beggars out there, linked with them, and then since then we just started doing tour dates, booking shows in New York, Denver. We did South by Southwest. We did music festivals together. So that's the story behind it.
That's mad.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
Yo, what's going on? I'm DJ Books from Brooklyn, New York. I used to be in a crew called First City back in 2006 or so. and we were like one of the first grime crews back then, and that's how I got into grime originally. And so I've been like playing shows and like working on tracks. I met Drew online when he was on a grime podcast.
Wow.
And so we would like exchange, send him a beat for one of the shows, and then we just kept in contact. And then he brought me down for one of the first grime events. Oh My Grime. And just been working with them through the past couple years.
So sick.
I find it so surreal that
It's like
a grime podcast exists in America.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, Oblig, I know, used to do a show out in New York, innit?
Yeah.
But it's like a gated community. Like, you can only get into this circle if you know. Like, it's mad.
Do you feel like, yeah, basically it's kind of like, it's what they call it, like the Twilight Zone, where like where the UK went to the US, so well, arguably to kind of get our sound across and kind of get it accepted, and then you've kind of like adopted the sound and then flipped the whole script and brought it back and said, yeah, we're on this as well.
Reverse engineered it.
Yeah. How does it feel like from the other side doing that?
It's an uphill battle on both sides, it feels like, because in America, you know, grime is not well represented, which is why we even started putting everybody together and started collecting and making a call for tunes, you know, for producers, for MCs, for DJs to start playing it out, because we wanted it to have more of a presence, because, you know, it was what we loved and what we liked, and why wasn't that being played where we were at? So if we needed to make a change ourselves, we did. So all of us are event promoters, all of us are, you know, we have blogs, we had radio sets, we had SoundClouds, you know, personal Facebooks, and we just started pushing our sound. But it's funny that, like, you know, like any small genre, you got to fight for, you know, what you need. What venue's gonna let you start throwing grime parties in it? You know, what radio stations want grime music on it? You know, so it's like you have to play the politics on the American side, and then you're coming over here, and for the first time, man, honestly, it was intimidating, you know, because it's like you don't have an accent. You know, you don't have an accent. You know, people are gonna say something about it. They're gonna address it. And there were times when you had to address it like preemptively. You know, like I have songs that specifically address the fact that, yeah, we're American. Yeah, we're doing grime. But then just spray bars, you know what I mean? Because that's all you can do is just show them. You know what I mean? You can stand there all day and tell somebody you do grime, but that's not grime, is it?
Yeah, what do you have to say to people that think that grime should only be a British thing?
Grime is music, and music is influence. I mean, the point of music is to change people. Like, if you're making music, you're making your art, you want your art to affect someone. Now, the biggest compliment is that it affected someone so much that in a different country with a different accent, you know, they loved it and connected to it so much that they felt that that was the way that they wanted to express their creativity as well. That you made a lane for them to expose their vulnerabilities and their struggles and their story. So in a way, like, Americans doing grime is like the biggest compliment to the UK that we thought we could give, which is giving back to the community that gave us so many tunes that carried us through whatever time we were going through. If we wanted to be rowdy, there were songs to get rowdy. If our heart was broken, there were songs for being heartbroken, you know what I mean? Like, grime was that. And so we're just giving it back.
And it's not like you're just running with it and saying it's yours, and like not you're here, and you're really sort of like knowledgeable about the history of grime, and you're actually so knowledgeable and so respectful to it that you've come all the way to the UK to sort of pay homage and sort of come back to where it all started.
Absolutely. I mean, everything that we do is kind of like jaw-dropping to us, you know what I mean? We're children at Disney World right now. Like, every single, you know, we're like, just hearing that, oh yeah, we're going to West Side Radio, everyone's like, oh man, we're going to West Side, we're going to go West Side, oh, you're going to Kiss FM, oh, we're going to Kiss FM today, oh my God, we're taking pictures out front, you know, like tourists, we're like, hey, yo, because these are like grime landmarks, you know what I mean? And to be able to, like, as Americans, be able to hit that spot, it's mad, it's absolutely mental.
I really want to play a track right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we need to let the people know.
Yeah, go on then.
Like, I really
need to hear this.
I need to just get it out.
I mean, if you're in your car right now, turn it up. If you don't, you're moist. You're a pagan, yeah.
Moist.
Wow.
Moist.
That was mad aggressive.
No, but they need to know. They need
Christ.
to know, don't they?
Wow. One of them ones there. Right, well, let's get into this one.